Hey there, this is Fern Cook with Vision Accomplished. Today we're going to be talking about landscape design at a typical kind of house here in Atlanta. They have a long, skinny lot and a large house and a large garage. And unfortunately, they also have a state water. That's a flowing stream or intermittent stream. It just means you can't disturb the earth anywhere near that state water so that we can control our silt getting into our rivers and stream systems. But that made the building setback line way up here. So the back of the garage and the back of the house are all in a very small portion of the property. So these poor clients, I've got it drawn here where the builder gave them this tiny little deck. I mean, it's really not even big enough for furniture. And with the step all the way around, it doesn't give you anything but access. So, it's hard to put a table and chairs where you're supposed to enter and exit a space. But they had to do that because they needed all this room for the driveway. So I came up with this crazy idea. Oh, the other thing going on here was a ton of storm water pours down this hill. This is all high ground up here, so both sides just have storm water pouring through this area and this area. And before, it was hitting the driveway and just running right into the back of the house all the time, which is not good for your foundation long term. So I've shown you this little builder deck. I'm going to hide that because it's ridiculous. And go back to the view of what we actually did. So we took out the deck and we actually had to patch some portions of the driveway because as you can see back in that before picture, the new patio runs in sort of a mid-century modern shape. I was actually inspired by the shape of the patio. This client had a nice set of placemats with that really fun, funky mid-century modern Jetsons symbol. And so I was thinking about it and it works really well and it's a fun and playful shape. So anyhow, we removed the deck and built out this nice raised patio that does two things. Lots of things, but it allows for parking, still allows for our turnaround and backing in and out of the garage, but it also creates a water barrier. You can see how it was designed to push water over here to the edge of the house. Even the step that went in doesn't let water just hit it. Water will naturally follow a curve like this and go out and around and down the driveway. So there's the before from the other direction. There's the before. And there is the patch of concrete in these few places that we did. And the installation where we pushed the water out and away from the house. We actually needed 3 steps, not 2. From the other direction, there are other ways we manage the storm water. One is this little creek bed for anything that didn't make it onto the driveway, just came down from the yard. That helps carry things on out to the side. And we're going to turn around and look at the backside in just a minute and talk about that. So I've shown a baby pool. They have a 2 or 3-year-old son and they needed places to play. So I like to use furniture in my designs to make sure that there's room to have a little couch and a chair and still walk around and even a space for a little play set of some kind. It worked out great. So another element of this design lesson is that sometimes our dreams are bigger than our budget. And clients get really excited when they talk to me and they want all of it. They love the ideas and they want it all, but then the price tag comes in and they're like, well, that doesn't make sense for us and our family at this time. So sometimes things like this gorgeous little pergola that would have grown some a nice flowering vine that smells good, and flanked by arched doorways. This is a garden door. It's a really fun, whimsical way to add some interest and to kind of draw you into another space of the yard. Their back patio, back deck entrance to the upper level of the garage is back here. So we designed a walkway and a set of stairs, and it would be fun to come through that door. But that ended up getting cut. But no, never mind. It still worked out fine. We regraded this whole side of the yard into kind of a swale through the turf area. Some water still comes onto the driveway and down and out, but some of it goes into that little dry creek bed you just saw. Let's look at those before and after pictures. So there's after. You can clearly see this drainage swale. It's very well accomplished by my team. And pretty set of natural stone steps with a walkway. We had to push the walkway out. I think there was some sort of electrical line. There was a reason why we had to push. Maybe even it got too narrow for your head somewhere along here. I don't remember, it's been a couple of years. But it looks really nice and is very functional. And for a daily commute to that upper garage office space, it makes sense. So this is a good illustration of a drainage swale, and we used shade-tolerant zoysia, Xeon zoysia turf, to hold things in place. Look what it was before. Just a big mess. Back to the after. Clean and tidy and functional. Look at all the mud that was washing down onto their drive. On the other side, I had designed a whole creek bed all the way down from where the grass was dying in the backyard and controlling erosion. The water picked up speed and was wrecking this side. And then the new little concrete pad here is for the trash cans. So another door to pull out and put the trash cans away and kind of screen them. But again, we revised this design for budget, and it's still functional. Maybe take a little more maintenance let me get to the before picture. There's the before. So you can see where all the storm water is coming down and out and where the trash cans used to live. We added just a little bit of creek bed. It doesn't go all the way up to the back, just here when it hits the concrete area. Well, all that really does is slows down the water. Storm water becomes powerful and destructive when it gathers energy and channels. So we are breaking it up and slowing it down before it just washes a bunch of dirt onto our driveway. And then we put a nice thick layer of mulch to cover the earth because bare dirt just erodes. Bad news. Can't have that. You can see I took these pictures when we were still finishing up the project. So there's the little sedum in place, and my crew has their stuff in the way. Pretty dramatic. And this little piece of fence was very affordable, not as expensive as a garden gate, but provided the same function. So fun to be had in a tiny backyard where we're even making use of the existing driveway. All of this can become patio. We have nice planters sitting around and a nice planting of lush foliage and a privacy tree, this crepe myrtle, as well as these upright juniper, het-side juniper. Got a modern looking arbor with some metal bars that will grow I think she wanted a kiwi vine. Lots of fun to be had in this little backyard. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fern Cook with Vision Accomplished.